Park for all. The Dutch airline KLM's 1970s ad campaign to fly KLM, visit Amsterdam, and sleep in the Bundle Park attracted a lot of American hippies and helped change the park's image.
Just a short walk
Всего
from the
в
Bundle
нескольких
Park
минутах
is
ходьбы
Max
от парка
Park,
Вонделпарк
a square
находится
honoring the
площадь
Dutch World
Макс Эйвен
Champion chess
Плей,
player
названная в
Max
честь
Eubank.
голландского чемпиона
It
мира по
features a
шахматам
giant chess
Макса
set
Эйвена.
and a chess
Здесь вы
museum.
можете увидеть
Life
гигантскую
design is also
шахматную
close
доску
by.
и шахматный мод.
Ships sailing for the Dutch East Indian Trading Company would come here to unload silks and spices from the Far East. And for a time, the Dutch West Indian Trading Company had an office along this canal. This powerful company traded in sugar, tobacco, tropical wood, furs and ivory, and had a monopoly on trade with the West Indies. Its ships also transported slaves from Africa to the Americas. An interesting side note, even though some of Amsterdam's merchants traded in slaves, they were never employed in Dutch households.
Aside from the East Indian and West Indian trading companies, the Noordse or Hollandse Bank was a third powerful company. It specialized in whaling, processing the meat as well as the whale oil, which in turn was used for lamp oil, soap, and paint, all very profitable commodities.
Today, the harbor bustle has moved elsewhere. Most of these historic buildings have been converted into trendy apartments. The atmosphere is much quieter and more pleasant. And luckily, the canal water is much cleaner than it used to be. It's now filled with a number of creatures, including fish and crabs. Several types of water birds are also happy to make these waters their homes.
The golden age of the 17th century was a stellar time for Amsterdam. From politics and the economy to arts and science, everything flourished. And the city was now the most important trade center in Europe. There are many reasons for Amsterdam's astounding success. It had the largest and most progressive shipbuilding industry in Europe. Dutch traders sailed farther than anyone else to newly discovered lands in the Far East and to North and South America. They organized into companies like the Dutch East Indian Company and the Dutch West Indian Company. And the profits from trading staples like grain and exotics such as spices, porcelain, precious stones, and textiles were enormous.
Built to regulate Amsterdam's water levels and to keep the city from flooding at high tide. Nowadays, locks and dams further out have closed Amsterdam's harbor off from the North Sea, and city residents don't have to worry about tides. Instead, the locks are used to flush water through the canals, keeping them clean. Amsterdam replaces the gate every 50 years or so. If you look closely, you might find the date these gates were last replaced. It's recorded on the gates themselves.
about 10,000 bicycles or more being parked every day around the central station. And it was not a great view. So what they did is, would you believe it, they shut off between the two next bridges. They shut off the bridge, they shut off the water, they pumped out the water, and they built a bicycle garage in the canal. Right in front of us. We are just about to sail over it. For 10,000 bicycles. Here on the right hand side is the entrance. It's an escalator, so they can easily get your bicycles up and down. The ladies bringing it down very nicely. So we are just now sailing over the bicycle garage. I don't know how many millions it cost, maybe 50, 60 millions for bicycles, not for cars. Well, that's only possible in the Netherlands, I suppose.
It was a stellar time for Amsterdam. From politics and the economy to arts and science, everything flourished. And the city was now the most important trade center in Europe. There are many reasons for Amsterdam's astounding success. It had the largest and most progressive shipbuilding industry in Europe. Dutch traders sailed farther than anyone else to newly discovered lands in the Far East and to North and South America. They organized into companies like the Dutch East Indian Company and the Dutch West Indian Company. And the profits from trading staples like grain and exotics such as spices, porcelain, precious stones, and textiles were enormous.
So, in a moment we'll be entering or re-entering the historic city of Amsterdam through the Arc de Triomphe of Amsterdam. Nothing like the one in Paris, of course.
The ground in Amsterdam, a mix of peat, sand, and soil, is very soft. Because of this, buildings were generally designed to be as light as possible. None were very tall, and they often had lots of windows. For stability, they were built on a bed of wooden piles driven as deep as 15 meters, that's 45 feet, into the ground. But if these piles were exposed to the air, they began to rot, and the buildings they supported sank and shifted. Today, water levels in and around the city are carefully controlled to minimize rot. When new piles are needed, they're made of concrete. Still, you will see many a house with a sideways tilt.
The Mandelbahnstoren was a place where sailors gathered before setting out to sea. The journeys were long and difficult, and not everyone returned. Legend has it that the women who loved them also came here to say goodbye, perhaps forever.
We are now on the Eau de Change, or Outer Trench Canal. During the 16th century, it served as a defense canal. All the city's canals served one or more of these functions, as a transportation route, a line of defense, or a way to manage water levels. The Eau de Change, because of its size and location, did all of these. because it was one of the only canals wide enough for large ships to sail, and because of its proximity to the harbor, the Oceans became a convenient place to unload cargo.
В 17 веке, когда город расширился, на левой стороне канала построили множество складов.
Did you see the street lamps coming on? They just came on. Beautiful street lamps, hundreds of years old. I think they're from the 17th century. There was a big fight for Amsterdam to keep them. Amsterdam wanted to replace them all, make it all brighter, but there was a public uproar, and they managed. It took 5 years for them to convince Amsterdam to renovate all the street lamps. They've been sitting here. There were candles in there. There were gas lights. There were the old-fashioned lamps. What do you call them before LED came? Yeah, well, I always forget what its name is. Before LED came, but now they're LED, but they're beautiful. They're dim. They don't make everything very bright, so that keeps the character of Amsterdam.
We're about to pass through one of the city's old locks. The small, tippy black building was once the lockmaster's house. It's now a pub and cafe full of 17th century charm, stone floors, wooden benches, and exposed ceiling beams. Its outdoor patio is a great place for watching boats on the canal.
Yeah, and it's a great place to get drunk. Yeah, for free. Would you believe it? Just walk in, everything is so crooked, you feel drunk.
We're now approaching the Waterloopplein. It's located adjacent to the City Hall, the large red brick building. The original Waterloopplein was an island built in the 17th century to create a space for Jewish settlers. At the time, it was called Vloeienberg, for flooding island. Over time, the name morphed into Vlooienberg, for flea island, and the bustling market held here was called the flea market.
For centuries, Jewish traders sold their wares here. The market continues to 19th century law put limits on how far a building could lean forward. Let's get talking about.
I rather call them the drunken houses instead of the dancing houses. Have a look here to the left, that's a Groenburgwal with the southern church in the distance. This view was painted by Monet. He was a fan of Amsterdam, he came lots of times to Amsterdam to paint, and this picture is hanging in the Louvre.
The round white-faced building you see next to the City Hall is the Muziek Theater, or Music Theater. It's home to the Dutch Opera, known for its daring productions. the Holland Sinfonia, and the world-renowned Dutch National Ballet. The Dutch may be known for their tolerant attitudes, but they also have strong opinions. This piece of architecture was met with heavy protests that have since simmered down. In fact, that's how it got its name, Stopera. It's derived from the movement against the construction, Stop the Opera. We're now on the Amstel River, the round white.
Have a look at this view.
Brug, otherwise referred to as the famous Skinny Bridge, stretches all the way across the Amstel River. Of Amsterdam's 1,500 or so bridges, this is the most famous. It dates back to the 17th century and was likely a narrow footbridge. Since then, it's been reconstructed more than once and grown wider with age. Legend has it that whoever you kiss while passing under the bridge will be your true love for life.
Remember that until we're there.
Of the Hermitage Museum, an extension of the world-famous Hermitage in St. Petersburg, Russia. It was formerly the Amstelhof, a retirement home that closed its doors in 2007 after serving Amsterdam for more than 3 centuries. For the next 2 years, it underwent extensive restorations, reopening as the Hermitage Museum.
Here we go. Good luck. The bush kissing. Yeah, that's nice.
We are now going over the Amstel locks. Until the 1870s, these locks were used to protect the city from tidewaters and flooding. Now, thanks to the big sea locks around the city, the canals are no longer affected by the tides. We use them until 2010 to create artificial currents that clean the water. Today, our waterways are so clear you could swim in them, but please don't.
Keep an eye out for the Royal Theatre Carré, a stately 4-story building with a curved roof line facing the Amstel. It was commissioned by circus master and businessman Oscar Carré. Originally used as a circus theater, today it hosts everything from theater and dance to concerts and variety shows.
same luxury hotel as Lady Gaga and Mick Jagger? Look for a large, elegant building with a gabled roof line and a glass-topped pavilion in front. That's the Amstel Hotel, where a honeymoon suite rents for 3,750 to 6,000 euros a night. This was the first building in Amsterdam with electric power when it was built in 1868. Visiting the Green Light District, that would be the Heineken Experience, naturally. The Heineken Experience is an interactive, self-guided tour which includes a sample. At one time, horses delivered beer around the country on wooden carts. Shire horses are still stable here, and if you're lucky, you can spot them on their daily exercise walks.
Not anymore. Houseboats are now connected to gas, water, electricity, and municipal sewage. And owners have to pay taxes, just like anyone else.
Sailing through here is better than TV.
Over the centuries, many famous influential painters have hailed from the Netherlands, including Johannes Vermeer, Hieronymus Bosch, Frans Hals, and Piet Mondrian.
One of the greatest Dutch artists of all time is Rembrandt van Rijn, a resident of Amsterdam during the Golden Age. His ability to capture people's emotions and his use of light and dark contrasts catapulted him to fame. Many of his paintings and prints, including the remarkable Nachtwacht, or the Night Watch painting, can be viewed at the Rijksmuseum.
Though unbound in horror for most of his 19th century life, Vincent van Gogh is now world famous. His highly stylized paintings are among the most valuable on Earth. You can purchase tickets to the Van Gogh Museum and the Rijksmuseum at any Stroma ticket shop.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, our tour is about to conclude. Thank you very much for joining me on this magic evening tour. Did I promise too much? No. It is magic, isn't it? I love it. Well, have a great time in Amsterdam. Enjoy Amsterdam. Have a joint or two. It's in the name, enjoy, joint. And once you return home, get home safely and come back to Amsterdam. Amsterdam is always worth a trip. Before you leave, I have a few requests. Don't forget anything. Not your purse, not your partner, not your children. Take them all home. If you have any garbage, please bring it along and put it in the garbage bin here in the bar area. In the moment the lights will be on and then you see it all. Anything else you might want to get rid of? One never knows. You may put into the wooden shoe. Thank you very much indeed. Everything is welcome, how small it may be. Well, remains me to say bye-bye, tot ziens, auf Wiedersehen, au revoir, arrivederci. Adieu, adios. Güle güle, güle güle. Hey!